She was doing something weird with her lips that I don't want to discuss. PG, PG. Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is All Things Livy. If you're new here, please subscribe. I need the subscriptions, and if you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome back. So now we're going to discuss Big Brother Niger, the reunion. Oh God, I'm even laughing before I start this because it's a lot of drama, a lot of dragging, a lot of gist, a lot of triangles. Even a booker called them rectangles. That's how bad it is. So I felt the need to come and discuss this. So of course, obviously, it started with the introductions. Ebuka introduces all the different housemates. And of course, they talk about what they've done, what they're doing so far, what they've achieved after Big Brother, something like that. But one person was missing, that is Kaisha, and reason is the introduction was recorded on the final day of the reunion. So Kaisha had some issues during the reunion where she fought, I'm told, with Lucy, and blood was spilled, so she wasn't available for the final shoot. That is why you don't see her in the beginning or in the introduction. But as we go on, the first topic we discussed were the triangles in the house. For example, Ozo, Dorothy, Nengi, Wathoni, Prince. There were so many triangles, so I wouldn't want to discuss all of them, but let's go direct to the first one that was discussed. That was Ozo, Dorothy, and Nengi. How did this come about? Of course, if you saw or if you watched Big Brother, you know or you could clearly tell that there was a situation between Dorothy at the beginning and Ozo, which wasn't so clear. It seemed like Dorothy was really interested. Ozo was interested but unsure. He was more interested in Nengi. So there was a lot of confusion. So they were asking about it, and Ozo clearly claimed that for him it was friendship. He saw her as his person, like it was that deep friendship with Dorothy. And Dorothy clearly stated that with her it was more of a friendship also, but people are saying they could see how she would react. Every time Ozo would come to tell her about Nengi, she would be pissed. So people are like, what's up? It's unclear. So to the people watching, what do you think? Do you think there's a situation and Dorothy is pretending? Because it's so unclear. And on that note, Ozo even tried to make, later on in the show, Ozo tried to make Nengi jealous, we are told. This was spilled by Katrina. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, Katrina. So Katrina states that at the final dance party, Ozo came and whispered to her in her room that he wanted to make Nengi jealous. And how was he going to do that? He was going to dance with her. He wasn't going to associate with her at all. Of course, we knew if you're in the house, you were not supposed to associate or talk to the people outside the house. And there was a glass separation. There was no way you could talk to them. The glass separation was like there was no way there's glass. How are you going to communicate? So there was no way they could talk. But they had that decision, and if you saw that clip, Ozo clearly ignored Nengi. And the following day or that night, Nengi was crying. She could not believe what had happened. She could not believe her being that hot babe. She was being ignored. So it worked, I believe. But then again, my God, Katrina's accent, yeah, Maui. Katrina, what's up? You can't even pronounce certain words. Oh my God. Instead of saying chill, she said shield. The accent, Katrina, calm down. The accent is not necessary. But anyways, so as we moved on, Dorothy assured Wathoni. At some point, I think there was a situation between Dorothy, Nengi, and Ozo, but Wathoni interjected and Dorothy lost it. She chopped. F words were used, B words were used. They told her she has no brain, etc., etc. They really assured her. And I felt like it was uncalled for. I did see, of course, I understand Wathoni. It wasn't Wathoni. Wathoni didn't need to interject. It wasn't about her. But then again, it's a reunion. Everyone has their opinion. What I noticed in this situation is Dorothy has a vendetta, a hidden vendetta with Wathoni. Like you could see it. The both of them have an issue. Like it's something very deep. And as we go on, I think we'll discover it. Let me not talk about it right now, but you'll discover it because Wathoni hinted something. She said someone gave someone in the house a BJ. Hey, I was like, what, how come? But in addition to that, you know, Dora, if you saw Dora in the house, she had this amazing personality. Her personality would just draw you to her. Like, she didn't need to do much. Her personality was amazing. She was that sweet person. She was that amazing girl. Like, you just wanted to be around her. Like, she was that amazing. But outside, it's like there's a new person. The Dorothy we know is different from the Dorothy who is now seated in the reunion. This person is fire. She's ready to just shoot whoever says anything. She's fueling issues in the house, in the reunion, as I'll discuss later. She's that person who is, I would say, a bit negative compared to the person we knew. Like, it's shocking and a bit disappointing on my side, because I was really drawn. I wouldn't say like, but I was really drawn to her energy. And this negative energy, it's scary. I don't like it. I don't know if it's because of the newly found fame. You know, as we move on in life, as we get famous, as we make money, our true character tends to come out. So I don't know if that is her true character and it's coming out because she's living her best life. And while in the house, it was more of she was trying to sell herself, to market herself to us, the viewers, so that we see someone beautiful, someone who is organized, someone who is humble, and then her true self is now being shown. I can't tell, but I do not really like it at all. It's really sad. So I don't know. Please leave a comment in the comment section about what you think about the situation, or what you think about what I'm saying about Dorothy. So anyways, moving forward, maybe just to add this, because all these episodes have been aired, the person who did the BJ, Jesus, it was Dorothy. Dorothy had, you know, a BJ situation with Brighto. What basically happened is there's a discussion in the house. Brighto had invited both girls, that is Dorothy and Wathoni, to his bed. And the girls discussed it and they agreed that Dorothy should go to the bed. So it was an agreement between the two girls, a girl code thing. So Dorothy goes into his bed, but in the middle of the night, something that Big Brother cameras decided not to show us. Big Brother. So they decided to have a situation. And how does Wathoni get to know my Wathoni? She had gone to change the bed sheet. Sad. Like, who changes the bed sheets for a woman? That guy was been sleeping. Like, how are you dating him? That's a proper situation. Wathoni, I love you. You are a fellow East African, but but anyways, as she was changing the sheets, she found some stains. Disgusting. She found them, and that is how she got to know what had happened. Probably even Brighto whispered. So when this happened during the reunion, when this was aired, Dorothy acknowledged it with her full chest. Like, she wasn't ashamed. She acknowledged, yes, it happened, and I'm not embarrassed. Like, I did it. Oh well. Sadly, I don't want to say it sadly, but while this was being talked about, she was doing something weird with her lips that I don't want to discuss. PG. She did something. I think probably she enjoyed whatever she did that day. But what bothered me is what happened next. So of course she called on to Brighto for having ignored her after that. I didn't know what she expected after that. It's tricky. You did it. I don't know if he asked for it, but you did it. I don't know if you wanted him to say hello. I don't know whatever she wanted, but maybe I don't know. So Brighto ignored her the following morning, which she took really personal. She had money, dollars in her dress. You know that African stand-up. She pulled the money from her boobs. Yes. She pulled the money from her dress, the bra, and threw it onto Brighto. Clearly, that was questionable. Was she trying to say that she was trying to pay for the services she gave the guy? Or Brighto was supposed to pay her and he didn't pay, so now that she has money, she's able to pay for herself. Confusing, but it happened. So she threw money at him, dollar bills. Neo was running for the money. He had to be told to see it. But anyways, it happened, and it reflected more on that situation I was talking about, of Dora changing. Like, I don't get who she is anymore. Who is this person? Where is the Dorothy that we knew? When did you become this egoistic person? Like, it was scary to watch. But then it ended. And then there was a situation that I also want to talk about. Tolani Badge. Tolani Bad, of course, there's that situation between her and Prince, their relationship. I could see that Tolani Bad was hurt by the whole situation. And as girls, once we are hurt, we become very defensive. How do we become defensive? We try to bring the man or the person who has hurt us down. And I could see her doing that. She called him less of a man. Like, he wasn't man enough. Oh, what do you mean? We had questions, of course, like, how is he not man enough? Is he? Oh God, I'll not talk about that. But she called Prince not man enough, and she regrets having had that situation in the house. But then again, I also noticed that Tolani Bad came ready to prove a point. I feel like when she was in the house, we didn't really see her. She didn't have personality in the house. She was that plain girl. Like the Tolani Bad we see outside is different from the Tolani Bad we saw in the house. In the house, she didn't have personality. She was always seated. The only time she had a personality was maybe when she had a quarrel with Kaisha. Like, but we didn't see much of her in the house. I felt, and even Ibuka brought it up at some point, saying what's up. He told her she promised to give us the best, that she's going to give us personality. Unfortunately, her stay in the house was short-lived. So I feel like she came ready to show us who she is. If you saw that clip, she even said, oh, I'm a hot girl, I'm hot, I'm a hot babe, all those things. Like, she was ready to prove a point to us. And she stood up, turned around, showed us like, oh yeah, I'm hot, like I'm bowling, I'm making money. She had a quarrel, or I wouldn't call it a quarrel. She decided to become aggressive on her own to assure V. Why do I keep calling her V? I'm so embarrassed. To assure V. To try to assure V, because anyways, what happened is she was saying she used V in the house. Sorry, V's man. That is why am I forgetting his name? Yes, that is Neo. She was saying she used Neo in the house to make Prince jealous. And then V was saying, oh my God, we're best friends. What went wrong? Like, I realized this on the eviction night, when he evicted, that is when I realized all this was happening. I was hurt. And then, of course, a lot of drama unveiled. Tolani Bad lost it, assured her how she's bitter leaf, she's a wicked soul. She threw a pill at her, promised to beat her later after the show. It was terrible. It was like, if I would describe it, I would say, have you watched Love and Hip Hop? You know those ladies in Love and Hip Hop, how they want to be so ghetto, ready to punch somebody. Maybe how Housewives of Atlanta. If you've watched any of those things, you know what I'm talking about. So that is what the energy Tolani Bad came with. She was showing us like, bitch, I'm bad. But then I felt so sorry for her. Like, she scooped so low. How did she scoop so low? She started talking about how she has all these achievements. She has 3 businesses. She's more educated than anybody in the house. Like, she has her degrees. I'm like, okay. Because one thing I know in life, our education doesn't describe us. Our education, all the monies we have, does not describe us. Your personality, how you act before people, how you treat people is who you are. Whether you're rich, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter anyways. What matters is your personality. So for me, I felt like she lost it there. Like, it was not necessary drama, especially for a person who was unbothered. V the whole time was just seated, looking at her. Even when they threw a pill at her, she just kept calm. And I was shocked, because the V we knew in the house would have reacted aggressively, would have choked. But this time around, she was just seated and being calm, which was a shocker. And the other beauty, or the most amazing thing that Neo did was to defend her. Even told her how she looked amazing on that day. Like, show your wife. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm praying for them maybe to get married. Show your girl love. So I felt like they were showing us what it means to love your woman, right? And kudos for that, Neo. Anyways, that is it for today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Please don't forget to subscribe. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel. All in all, have a good one. Bye.